bolster made no telltale bulge. As on every workday for the past 6 months, he avoided traffic-packed freeways, following the same surface streets to the Multi-Agency Law Enforcement Special Project Center in Laguna Niguel, a route he had mapped out to minimize travel time. He had arrived at the office as early as 8:15 and late as 8:28, but he had never been tardy. That Tuesday, when he parked his Honda in the shadowed lot on the west side of the 2-story building, the car clock showed 8:21. His wristwatch confirmed the time. Indeed, all of the clocks in Harry's condominium and the one on his desk in his office would be displaying 8:21. He synchronized all of his clocks twice a week. Standing beside the car, he drew deep, relaxing breaths. Rain had fallen overnight, scrubbing the air clean. The March sunshine gave the morning a glow as golden as the flesh of a ripe peach. To meet Laguna Niguel architectural standards, the Special Projects Center was a 3-story Mediterranean-style building with a columned promenade. Surrounded by lush azaleas and tall melaleucas with lacy branches, it bore no resemblance to most police facilities. Some of the cops, who worked out of special projects, thought it looked too effete, but Harry liked it. The institutional decor of the interior had little in common with the picturesque exterior. Blue vinyl tile floors, pale gray walls, acoustic ceilings. However, its air of orderliness and efficiency was comforting. Even at that early hour, people were on the move through the lobby and hallways, mostly men with solid physique and self-confident attitude that marked career cops. Only a few were in uniform. Special Projects drew on plainclothes homicide detectives and undercover operatives from federal, state, county, and city agencies to facilitate criminal investigations spread over numerous jurisdictions. Special Projects teams, sometimes whole task forces, dealt with youth gang killings, serial murders, pattern rapists, and large-scale narcotics activities. Harry shared a second-floor office with Connie Gulliver. His half of the room was softened by a small palm Chinese evergreens and the leafy trailers of a pothos. Her half had no plants. On his desk were only a blotter, pen set, and small brass clock. Heaps of files, loose papers, and photographs were stacked on hers. Surprisingly, Connie had gotten to the office first. She was standing at the window, her back to him. "Good morning," he said. "Is it?" she asked sourly. She turned to him. She was wearing badly scuffed Reeboks, blue jeans, a red and brown checkered blouse, and a brown corduroy jacket. The jacket was one of her favorites, worn so often that the cords were threadbare in places, the cuffs were frayed, and the inner arm creased in the sleeves appeared to be as permanent as river valleys carved in bedrock by eons of flowing water. In her hand was an empty paper cup from which she had been drinking coffee. She wadded it almost angrily and threw it on the floor. It bounced and came to rest in Harry's half of the room. "Let's hit the streets," she said, heading toward the hall door. Staring at the cup on the floor, he said, "What's the rush?" "We're cops, aren't we? So let's don't stand around with our thumbs up our asses. Let's go do cop stuff." As she moved out of sight into the hall, he stared at the cup on his side of the room. With his foot, he nudged it across the imaginary line that divided the office. He followed Connie to the door, but halted at the threshold. He glanced back at the paper cup. By now, Connie would be at the end of the corridor, maybe even descending the stairs. Harry hesitated, returned to the crumpled cup, and tossed it in the waste can. He disposed of the other 2 cups as well. He caught up with Connie in the parking lot, where she yanked open the driver's door of their unmarked project sedan. As he got in the other side, she started the car, twisting the key so savagely that it should have snapped off in the ignition. "Have a bad night?" he inquired. She slammed the car into gear. He said, "Headache?" She reversed too fast out of the parking lot. He said, "Thorn in the paw?" The car shot toward the street. Harry braced himself, but he was not worried about her driving. She could handle a car far better than she handled people. "Want to talk about whatever's wrong?" "No." For someone who lived on the edge, who seemed fearless.